morning. So let's start with the Sunday Telegraph. Starmer, EU reset good for our borders. What? Oh yes, Keir Starmer has promised that his plan to reset relations with the European Union is going to be good for the borders, despite warnings that actually what it means is tens of thousands of people are going to come to this country. And we're already under enormous pressure in terms of infrastructure and schools and hospitals and doctors and dentists and all the rest that you know about it. Now, the government is locked in negotiations. So these negotiations work like this. The EU says jump, and Starmer says how high. That's how this works.
A Supreme Court ruling has just dropped, and it's a direct blow to Keir Starmer's credibility. Accusations of betrayal over the EU, broken promises, and now a legal hammer from the highest court in the land. Could this be the scandal that finally breaks Starmer's leadership?
And then he's going to sign a deal tomorrow or late tonight. This is all about young Europeans coming into this country to live and to work. So the EU is pushing for this thing called the Youth Mobility Scheme. This is for kids between 18 and 30. They want them to stay in this country for as long as 3 years. But as I said yesterday, we don't exactly have a great track record at keeping track on these people and then chucking them out of the country at the end of their visas. Even though the United States is very good at that, by the way.
Incredibly dishonest with the public.
No, I think Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves are amongst the most dishonest politicians we've had in our recent history. They just told lie after lie after lie. They said they weren't going to raise taxes. They did. They said they weren't going to take away the winter fuel.
You're not going to believe what just came to light. In a move that stunned even seasoned political insiders, the UK Supreme Court issued a ruling this week that indirectly, but powerfully, rebuked the Labour leadership under Keir Starmer. At the centre of the judgment, a controversial EU-related policy reversal that many are calling an outright betrayal of British voters. The court didn't mince words, labeling the policy change as a misleading interpretation of public mandate and questioning the legality of its implementation. Let's rewind. Keir Starmer and his shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves repeatedly assured the public they would not drag Britain back into the European Union by stealth, that we respect the will of the British people. Keir Starmer, 2023. Fast forward to today, and new documents suggest a very different reality. Leaked strategy memos show Labour quietly aligning future trade and legal frameworks with EU standards, without public consultation. Critics are calling it Brexit reversal by the back door. And now, with the Supreme Court weighing in, it's more than just a political scandal, it's a constitutional crisis. The outrage has been swift and fierce. From working-class towns to online forums, voters are furious that he said he wouldn't raise taxes. He did. He said he'd respect Brexit. He didn't. How many lies does it take before people wake up? Labour's recent moves on tax hikes, fuel allowance cuts, and failed immigration control have already shaken trust. Now, this EU betrayal has set fire to the powder keg. While the Supreme Court can't dictate political policy, its ruling sent a very clear message: political leaders must uphold transparency and constitutional integrity. The judgment stressed that any attempt to reshape the UK's relationship with the EU must go through Parliament with full disclosure to the public. Anything else, the court warned, risks undermining democratic accountability. Translation: Keir Starmer's backroom maneuvers could have just landed him in the deepest legal and political mess of his career. Sources say Labour is now in full-blown crisis mode. Emergency meetings, frantic damage control, and rumours that backbenchers are preparing a letter of no confidence. Some MPs reportedly feel blindsided, claiming they were kept in the dark about the EU alignment strategy and now fear a voter revolt in their constituencies. Could this trigger resignations? Could Starmer be facing a leadership challenge from within? The whispers are getting louder. With an election just around the corner, this Supreme Court ruling couldn't come at a worse time. Starmer's image, already bruised, is now under legal and public siege. The trust gap is widening, and opposition parties are pouncing, calling Starmer a serial deceiver who plays politics with the truth. For voters, the question now is simple: can they believe anything Labour says going forward? So, what do you think? Has Keir Starmer betrayed the public's trust over Brexit? Should the Supreme Court's ruling force a parliamentary inquiry? Or is this just political noise before an election? Let's hear from you. Drop your opinions in the comments. This one's going to get heated, and don't forget, like this video, subscribe for real, unfiltered political breakdowns, and hit that bell so you never miss a beat. Until next time, stay alert, stay bold, and never stop asking questions.
Like this video and subscribe my channel for latest political updates and labor debates. Thanks for watching.